heard it before, probably somebody has talked to you about it before, and it is common for you to have read WATTPAD at least once in your lifetime. I haven't, so that's basically what we're gonna do today, because that's the most torturous thing you could ever do in your life. So this is my record that I shall ask God to forgive me for what I'm about to do. So let's get into it. We are already here in WATTPAD. I've never actually been in here before, so this is gonna be really interesting. Oh my god. Oh, a Snow White remix! This is gonna be pretty interesting. In Serious, a kingdom where music is magic and your rank on news tunes is everything. Talented young songwriter Nora Davis has a problem, 7 of them, in fact. Forced by her scheming stepmother to ghostwrite songs for her stepsister Felicity and her 6 friends, Nora is barely keeping her life and her enrollment in a prestigious music school together. If she refuses her family's wishes, her stepmother will destroy her father's legacy, but if she keeps living for everyone but herself, an opportunity to show her talent in a songwriting contest run by one of the kingdom's hottest music producers will disappear forever. Together with Ellie, a handsome musician connected to the royal family, who refuses to let her push him away, Nora must find the courage to stand up for herself and take on her stepfamily before everything she's ever dreamed of is hidden away in the pages of her songbook forever. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, otherwise it'll take 1 hour, and I think it's not really my thing, so let's just go. Grumpy officially lost his mind. I can't get you anything until Friday at the earliest, Nora texted. His response came in 2 rapid-fire texts. That's bullshit. Get me one tomorrow after school. Who the fuck writes that shit like this? That's how people wrote in like 2010. Grumpy, we're not in fucking 2010, you know? Biting the side of her thumb, Nora started drawing at her cheap old smartphone. How would she come up with an entire piece by tomorrow after school? That was near impossible. She had to start writing the second she got home. Homework would suffer. Already her once perfect grades had costed into a slow nosedive. Just yesterday, Professor Hamilton. It's Hamilton! Oh my god, it's Hamilton! Slapped her with a beautiful big D on her geometry tests. If she didn't hit the ground running, they'd sink lower, something the school would notice. Around her, the squeak of shoes and bustle of students down, out the music playing over the intercom during passing periods. Students shouted across the sticky compact space to their friends across the way. The tiny slam of locker doors echoed through the air. The music cut off, and the heads sing the students in quick, sudden silence. Right before the bell for 3rd period rang in 3 chords. Crap. I look like an autistic girl. Okay, this has been kind of interesting for now, but it's kind of okay, you know? What if I write Sigma in here? Sigma X Reader? Who the fuck is Sigma? The Gambler. Bro, what the fuck? Skibbity Sigmas! Oh my god! Oh my lord! What the hell? In the sleepy town of Ohio, life is turned upside down when ordinary toilets start dancing to the tune of chaos as the whimsical skibbity toilets malfunction and disrupt the town's peace with random uncontrollable dance routines. The residents find themselves in a desperate need of solution. Enter the Sigmas, an elite team of problem solvers renowned for this discipline and determination. Tasked with restoring order, the Sigmas must confront the rock skibbity toilets and their mysterious ringleader, all while navigating a maze of flashing lights and floating bathrooms. Will they be able to save Ohio from this bizarre invasion? The fate of the town hangs in balance. We're gonna read this. I know this is brain rot, it's horrible, but I just have to. We have to do it. It's life, we have to do it. Ooh, the skibbity toilet war against the Sigmas.
Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy.
In the sleepy town of Ohio, nestled in the heart of the Midwest, life was usually uneventful. The townsfolk went about their daily routines with a sense of contentment, the biggest excitement coming from the annual country fair. However, this tranquility was shattered the day the skibbity toilets arrived. These were no ordinary lavatories. Each time someone pressed the flush handle, the toilets would erupt into a lively skibbity dance, complete with music and flashing lights. At first, course, the residents were amused, finding the toilet's antics a delightful distraction. But amusement soon turned to despair. The skippy toilets began to malfunction, initiating their dance routines randomly, causing floods and disrupting the peace. The once cheerful tunes now felt like an invasion, a cacophony that resonated through the streets day and night. The townspeople laughter turned into groans and their amusement to annoyance. Something had to be done. Oh my god.
Activities have invaded Ohio. Oh my god, what are we gonna do now, guys? This is very, very concerning.
The rising tide. It started to get cold, so I put on my pajamas. The trouble began in earnest one morning. John Haskell, the town's beloved baker, had just closed up shop when his stomach went broke, initiating a dance routine that flared his entire bakery. As John battled the lurch, the rest of Ohio soon found himself in a similar predicament, with toilets across town joining it with in a bizarre, desperate the town called upon the only people who could handle such a peculiar crisis.
My Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Каждая
The Sigmas were an elite group of hyper-disciplined, ultra-serious individuals known for their unparalleled focus and determination. They wore sharp suits, carried briefcases full of advanced gadgets, and had a motto: no nonsense, only solutions. When the skibbity toilets ran in the very fabric of Ohio, the Sigmas were called into action. Oh my god! Wow, this is so weird. I don't want to read more skibbity toilet. Let's close this video off with one that's gonna be spicy as fuck. We're going to 𝓵𝓸𝓿𝓮𝓼. Oh my god. Chapter 1. You brought me to a club? I looked up at the massive dark building in front of me, the bustling crowd around me causing my ears to ring as I shook my head. You brought me to a club? I asked, raising an eyebrow at Gia, who stood next to me, her blonde hair blowing in the wind. Gia rolled her eyes, fluttering down her sparkly royal blue dress as she grabbed my hand. Oh, come on, it's my birthday. You said we could go wherever I wanted. Yeah, I was thinking more of a fancy dinner or something. I laughed, tucking my wavy brunette hair behind my ear. Oh my god. Please, giggled Gia. Why do you think I forced you to wear that dress? Black is definitely your color, by the way. I rolled my eyes, crossing my arms over my chest and forcing my breast to rise, almost spilling over the cups. What the fuck? This is fucked up. What the hell? What the hell? She nodded toward my chest, shaking her head. Better be careful there. You don't want to end up flashing anyone. Oh my god. Yet. Nada. I laughed, following Gia into the club. The blowing sound of music gave me the sensation that my heart was beating in my throat, making me swallow a few times in an attempt to adjust. The club was packed full of people dancing, drinking, talking, and kissing, and the temperature was already causing me to break out into a sweat. Drinks! Yelled Gia over the music, waking me over to the bar where he took a seat. A few muscular men eyed us up, sending me a wink. Extra of tequila each, please, yelled Gia to the bartender, who nodded politely. My head snapped to Gia, my eyes wide. You're crazy! No way! You only turned 21 once, Clara! She shared, waving her hands up in the air. Liz, you didn't even celebrate yours, so we are partying enough for the both of us tonight. Gia handed me a shot, nodding at me, waiting. I huffed, tilting my head back, bringing a small glass to my mouth, and allowing the dirty acid-like substance to slide down my throat, causing me to wince. Gia did the same, sticking her tongue out and gagging. That is so disgusting! Oh, we've ordered them now, so we have to finish them, I announced, taking another glass in my mouth and chewing and balancing my legs vigorously in an attempt to distract myself from the foul taste. That's the spirit! Spilled Giga, taking 2 more shots and doing them one after the other, her eyes fairly watery. After showing the rest of the tequila, Gia gazed at me. Her eyes gazed over and I could tell she was starting to feel the effects of the alcohol. Wanna dance? I asked, causing Gia to nod and encouragingly. I don't know how to speak. Encouragingly. I don't know. Oh yes, they're gonna dance. Yes. My eyes met Gia, who winked at me as she grinded on some guy, his large hands holding her hips, pushing her heart against him as he moved to the beat. Suddenly I felt someone grip my waist. Oh, whoa. But that's personal space. Pressing up against me and pulling me closer to the crotch, causing me to gasp. I whirled around, gazing up to see a dark-haired man behind me, his bare hand still grasping me. I stepped back for pushing his hands off me as I shook my head, furrowing my brows. The muscular man looked down at me, smirking. Oh, come on, don't be shy. I'll show you the fucking shy when I beat your ass. No, thank you. I mumbled, avoiding his hands, feeling uncomfortable. Your friend seems to be enjoying it. Don't be so uptight. Just leave her alone, complained Gia, glaring at the guy who held up her hands defensively. Fine, Jesus. Fine, Jesus. He mumbled, turning and making his way out of the crowd, disappearing. And that is why I don't like clubs. I mumbled, puffing. Gia smiled at me, flashing her straight white teeth. Forget about it, he was a loser. I nodded sadly, feeling flushed. I'm going to go and pee. Do you want me to come with you? No, I don't want to spoil your fun. I'll just meet back there in a few minutes, okay? Gia nodded, trying to kiss the guy she was riding on, her arms wrapping around her neck, causing me to roll eyes. Okay, she goes at the bar, huh? I don't know, that must be familiar. Okay, I don't know, I was just scrolling here and I thought, you embarrassed me earlier, sweetheart. Okay, this is where we're gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.
Look at me.